So I'm going to do a trade recap today on a trade I had on mini ES, micro ES. So starting off with news today, we'll look at news. We had none, literally no news today. No Trump speech, nothing. Pretty easy day, news-wise. So coming into the market, we'll start on the hourly time frame. We had a few confluences that got hit. One, we swept out London session highs, and we also took out these internal highs left from previous day New York session. Now, usually I won't take trades based off of this, but it was a pretty obvious draw of liquidity here, and we ended up sweeping it. I thought by this time we would end up taking the previous day highs out, but we didn't, so we just left this nice, almost close to relative equal highs here left behind. Also, on the hourly, we did have a couple high time frame bearish order blocks. So on the 30-minute was a little bit more obvious. We had this 30-minute bearish order block right here that we entered into, and also got a pretty strong reaction out of it, as you can see. So scaling down to the 5-minute time frame, we see we had this bullish for value gap left after we just ripped to the moon and pre-market pretty much, really, before the macro. So we had the macro window open right here. Not really an order flow strategy either, just because, I mean, it's hard to take trades just off of all green candles, pretty much. All up moves. Nothing good really out of it other than, your stock portfolio doing good. But other than that, it's hard to take trades based off of it just going up. I'm all for the order flow strategy. I'm all for it. Just, it's hard to do it like this, especially with taking out all these highs. It's hard to say, hey, we're going to continue to go higher. So we ended up taking these highs out. We inverse this fair value gap with a ton of momentum, actually. So we'll drop down on the 1-minute time frame and see what happens. So I ended up getting stopped out at break even here. Actually, it was not a full loss here. So what ended up happening on this candle here, I should have entered at the top of this candle and not like midway through. But either way, it would have been stopped out at break even. But we ended up inversing this fair value gap with a ton of momentum, as you can see. We ended up getting our market structure shift, and then I ended up taking a short with relatively large amount of bullish imbalance right here, especially on the 5-minute. You can see some of this needs to get filled in. Not a ton of obvious draws, but it was pretty obvious that some of this was going to eventually get filled in. So I ended up taking short, moving stop loss to break even, and obviously you can see I ended up getting stopped out at break even fairly quickly. But the volatility in these candles kind of came out of nowhere. It was pretty crazy. I was about to get off for the day, and then we ended up seeing this drop, and then we ended up inversing this fair value gap with a ton of momentum. So I was like, hey, this is what I've been looking for. Ended up getting stopped out at break even again. Was a free trade. I was well within profit here, as you can see. So I thought mine as well, especially with the volatility of these candles. They can go down just as quick as they can go up, especially like in this scenario here. So, and that's pretty much what we saw. So, not the best day. It was basically all the confluences I want to see on the reversal setup, not just with the order flow strategy. So again, it was kind of hard to take an order flow strategy setup when the 1-minute was just looking like garbage here for a long time. So that was it for the trade. I mean, really nothing too special here. Definitely didn't need to take the trade, but I also was stopped at break even, so it really wasn't like anything was wrong really. It was overall a good setup, obviously, with all this liquidity getting swept to the upside. I thought we were going to continue to go down. We have a couple draws of liquidity to the downside, that being London session, technically New York session, whatever, these lows, and then also previous day lows. So we have just as much liquidity to the upside as to the downside. Usually that is not the case, but that is the case today. So we'll see what price wants to do the rest of the day. I am done for the day. I take one trade, and that was it. So sucks today, whatever. Stopped out at break even. Again, a break even trade usually is not bad 90% of the time. A lot of the time it'll be a break even trade because I'm so well within profit that there's no real reason to not move it to break even. So that's all for the day.